G'day Aussie gamers, and to everyone that loves video games and things alike. This is the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. Born and bred within the land of opportunity and slow, overpriced internet. For news, reviews, and video game related fun, keep listening along with your hosts, Lucas and Red. This is episode 164, and today is Thursday, the 23rd of March, 2017. Welcome to the Aussie Gamers Express video game podcast. I am your host, Lucas, and here with me is my co-host and very good friend, Red. How are ya?
Wicked, man. How are you?
Oh, very good, thank you. Those intros are just rolling off the tongue these days, I think.
It's like you've done it before.
I've done it a few times. Alrighty, before we start, here is this week's show in preview. First up, we'll have video game discussion, that's no surprise, then video game news, and in this week's news we have God of War Director's new game, Sniper Elite 4 DLC, and Diablo 3 Seasons finally on console. Then after news, we'll do Remember When, and Red's going to take the reins on that one. After Remember When, user-created content. Did we use your ideas? Then we'll do What's That Sound, Red's Shout, and Last Words. So, first up on the agenda, Red with video game discussion.
Man, I tell you what, I've been having some early nights.
Yeah, I had an early one too.
Well, it's Aussie Gamers related, so I'll plug it again. Mick Chaser.
Yes.
He's brought a lot of little bits and pieces to the floor lately, and with his open honesty about his current situations and everything like that, is really enabled the rest of us to kind of speak out in a group forum, because we've got a bit of a club, Aussie Gamers Express, healthy mind, body, and gamer, healthy gamer, healthy body, healthy mind, something like that. In some order, but eat good. Do some exercise, set some targets, set some goals, and have a soundboard for have a supportive soundboard there. So I've been trying to get my steps in, because at the moment I don't have a Fitbit or anything like this. And I know we've spoken about it, so I literally have to carry my phone with me everywhere.
Yeah.
So
and
I don't get a true adjustment of what's going on.
Just a quick comment on Fitbit, man. Look, I've used quite a few different fitness apps and devices and all that sort of stuff, and I've currently got the Apple Watch. You can't go past the Fitbit. I miss having a Fitbit. They're amazing. But,
simplistic,
Well, yeah, and like I mean, the Apple Watch does fitness, but in comparison to a Fitbit, the Apple Watch is shit for fitness.
Do you think that's an application?
What do you mean?
Do you think it's the watch? Like,
no,
it's
the
S-Health
application.
app. Yeah, the S-Health app on the Android phones, the Samsung Health, it is S-Health.
Mm.
It is so good.
Yeah,
it's so fucking fantastic.
It's totally the application. The Apple Watch has all of the features and more of the Fitbit smartwatch that I had, right? This thing does a million things more and has all the exact same internals as the Fitbit Blaze that I used to use. The only thing is, Apple aren't using it, and Apple their heads are too far up their ass that I can only share you can. There are other ways around it, but there's you hit the share button on the Apple Watch, but it's only going to share it with other people with Apple Watches, which really does limit, because as much as Apple is like the fucking world leader with smartphones and all that shit, there's a lot of people out there with Android phones, and essentially most of the Aussie Gamers Express team. I can't share with you any of the... I can take screenshots and send it across to you, but we can't be friends because you've got an Android. Whereas all of the third-party apps on my iPhone, like Runkeeper and all of that, which we can share between ourselves, is not compatible with the Apple Watch.
Really?
Yeah, it's shit. When it comes to fitness and stuff on the Apple Watch, it's garbage. Because I want to use... If we could use Runkeeper, we could all use Runkeeper, right?
Yeah.
And it would count all of our exercise and all that sort of stuff, put our stuff into it, and spits it out in good data for us to share and be competitive. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work with my watch. It works with other devices, but not the Apple Watch. Rubbish.
Oh wow. Yeah, because talking about being competitive, Nick's cottoned on how to make me skinny. Just challenged me to 10,000 step challenge. I won't let no motherfucker beat me, so I get up and do it. I do 10,000 straight.
Yeah, that's right. But that's the fun part about it, and I really miss that from having the Fitbit, because I used to do a lot of the competition side of things. Well, yeah, with your wife, Roy Boy, Snoogans was on there. My wife, but I can't do any of that stuff anymore, so I'm looking at getting another Fitbit.
Fucking you! I know you very personally on a high. I do very personally, but on a personal level, I don't know how many fucking watches you've been through in the last 2 years.
Yeah, but see, I can't. I'm running out of appendages to hang these things off, right? So I don't want another watch, but Fitbit have like heaps of different little accessories, so I'm going to have a look at one that maybe I can just put in my pocket.
A cock ring.
A cock ring would be good. But anyway,
you get two steps per step. Da-ding, 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 da-ding. Anyway, moving on.
But
I get one step for the day.
In the morning, bing.
Yeah.
But that's where like the gaming side of us really helps us with getting fit, because we're very competitive with video games. We want to win with these statistics, and to win, you got to get up off your ass and go for a walk, which is really cool. So, yeah, but I don't know. That's my struggle at the moment. It's bloody Apple just aren't up with it.
All right. So how this has really directly led into fucking game chat is the fact that I haven't been doing too much, but what I have been doing is playing Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah, when you're going out for your walks.
Yeah, well, I'm up to level. I've gone 4 levels in 2 weeks.
What are you up to?
Level 16.
Okay. Yeah,
I've got no Pokestops within 6 or 7 Ks of me.
Mm.
So that part of it's a little bit gay, but I remember when I was at your place and I was just hitting Pokestops left, right, and centre. I got like 200 balls.
Because they're kind of everywhere in Sydney, yeah.
Well, we've done a few trips in with the Expo and the For Honor beta night and everything like that. So I just smash. I come home with like 200 Pokeballs. They're all gone.
Yeah.
But there's all these Pokemon I don't know anymore.
Oh yeah, because they've added all the new ones. The only thing is though, like I've deleted it off my phone.
Oh wow! Nah, I'm out walking now, so I'm actually seeing the benefit of the app.
That's it. Like I got to I'm level 21, 22, so I've played
you smashed it hard.
Yeah, I've played it a lot, and the thing that really made me stop playing it is that I would use it every time I went for a walk, and it got to the point where all I was seeing was the same shit that I've already got.
Pidgey, Rata.
Yeah, that's right. Pidgeys, Rattata, and all that sort of shit. And I'm like, I'm not going to travel on the other side of the country just to get new Pokemon. They need to make it random enough that you're going to get, access to most of them from one area. But that's... And it just got tiring, boring, and I just stopped playing it.
Well, the thing that almost made the news today, but I didn't... it was relevant for this conversation really quickly. They're doing kind of like a season things now, or like festivals. Like there's a water festival about to start with Pokemon Go with the next update. So water Pokemon are going to be more randomly generated everywhere. And
okay, that's good idea.
What's that one that Magikarp turns into? Fucking
Gyarados.
Gyarados, yeah. So that's going to become a little more common. It's going to be by that. I think Magikarp are going to become a little bit more accessible, so you can get the 100 candies or whatever you need for a Gyarados.
400.
But yeah, so 400. Fuck, that's a big Pokemon.
Yeah.
100. Yeah, you need 100 Magikarps traded in, don't you? Transferred. Yeah, that's where I got the 100 from.
You catch a Magikarp and you get 3.
Yeah, and then you transfer it.
You transfer it, you get 1. Yeah.
Yeah, so you need 100.
100. Yep, exactly. Yep.
So yeah, no, that's cool. Look, mate, ever since they added in you can take a buddy, and you can earn candies for your buddy. So I've got like a level fuck all CP40 Pikachu, but staying true to Pokemon Yellow, he's my buddy. So I get 5 candies a day doing my 4.5, 5Ks a day.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. But other than that, staying on the healthy side of it, I've got a new game.
What do you got?
I've got a new NBA 2K17.
Oh, you were pining over that last time I spoke to you. You were keen on it.
Yeah, and the last time we were in the chat party, there was like fucking 6 of us, and I'm sitting there playing basketball, fucking commentating my own game, and I'm getting super excited that I have to keep fucking muting myself, because I just sit there and go, oh yeah, wicked pass, oh yeah, wicked fucking dunk, and you guys are trying to play Ghost Recon or something like that, and I'm just going, oh yeah, wicked pass, Red. But this time around, like, I've played it every year since 13, so this is, the 5th game I've played.
Like, that's a new thing that's starting to happen with me when I'm playing video games, and this is going to sound super fucking nerdy, but you know what? I don't care, because I'm enjoying it. Like you said, you're getting into your game, right? Strangely enough, this is new to me, where I'm getting into the game to the point where I'm actually enjoying a little bit of role-playing myself.
Yeah, wicked.
Does that make sense?
Good.
I've never done this.
Absolutely. It's the only way you can truly immerse yourself.
Yeah, I've never done this before. I did it during the stream yesterday that I did of Ghost Recon Wildlands. I was doing it just as a joke, but I found that I really enjoyed it.
That's where cosplay and shit like that comes from when you reach those. Yeah.
But what I was doing, I was talking to myself essentially, but I was talking to my AI, because in Ghost Recon Wildlands, you've got your 3 AIs.
Yeah.
You know how they talk over the radio to each other?
Yeah.
I was making my own chatter with them. Like I was flying the drone, and I was saying to them, I've got a sniper up in the sniper's tower. I'm going to need one of you guys to take him down. Marking him now. And just doing stupid shit like that. As embarrassing and stupid as it sounds, I don't care. That really immerses you. I loved it.
Yeah, no, I really dig that though. Because you know me, I'm well emotional. I get right into shit. Yeah. I can only try and encourage that sort of behaviour, and that's very RPG though, sort of style of thinking. But when you think about it, Ghost Recon is an RPG game at its core.
Yeah,
you're questing and adventuring and doing side missions and collectibles. That's open world RPG.
Yeah, I've been playing that a fair bit, and well, I mean, I've had quite a busy week. I haven't played it a lot, but I did play it for a bit yesterday, and I can't get enough of it. I love it.
And you guys have got a very well, hashtag included, competitive bit of a streak going on amongst all you and a few of the followers of the page.
Yeah, the long shots.
Yeah, what is it? Hashtag Ghost Longshot.
I think that's what it is, yeah.
Oh, go Red, yes. I've researched I've got 12 fucking tabs open on my computer. I've got handwritten notes, and the only thing I can't remember is a fucking hashtag. No, but I think I'm in the lead still. I think so. Let me have a look. There was a 1,500 metre one there.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, let me clarify that. I think I'm in the lead for console.
Oh, is that computer?
I think that's PC. Now, listen, hear this out. This is pure speculation, educated guess, so to speak. I was talking to Reprimir.
Yep.
And I'll tell you how we got our high scores, because mine was just under 1250, I think, was my longest one. And what I believe is happening, I think there's a limitation on the console, because
that makes sense though.
Reprimir and I we worked out a strategy together on how to get these long shots. Like, I wouldn't call it cheating, so to speak, but it's making it so we can excuse me. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Making it so we can take more shots without having to find targets, so to speak.
Yeah.
Now, what you do is you've got to find an enemy, or if there's usually a bunch of enemies, take them all out, leave one standing, and have your friend grab him.
Yes. Yes, I was privy to this information earlier.
Yes, I did give it away in a video that
Group
I did.
Chat. and in our because we're in a party the other night, and we went because you said something about 1,200 meters. I'm like, get fucked. I'm seeing these ones 600-700 meters going. That's well wicked. Then you're going, oh yeah, you know, I got 1244. I'm like, sucking dick.
Yeah, so you get your friend to hold the person in a headlock, and you take pot shots at your mate from however far away. Now, the issue was, when Jason and I exceeded that 1250, the bullets wouldn't go any further. So Jason was telling me, he goes, yeah, I can see the bullet hitting the ground about 10 metres in front of me. He goes, aim up. And I would aim up, and it would land in the same spot. And I would aim up, land in the same spot. To the point where I'm pointing it into the sky, and it's landing in the same spot. So what we're coming down to is the fact that the bullet hits like an imaginary wall and just drops to the ground.
Yeah.
So no matter, like, because I was too far away, it was always hitting that imaginary, that's your distance, 1250. It's not going to go any further than that. Maybe that's to stop where if you're shooting up into the sky, it's not going to kill somebody on the other side of the map.
Well, that explains it, though. How many times do you take a shot and miss, and you miss your direct target, you still want the PlayStation to track that bullet trajectory from the shot that you missed 3 shots ago? It makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
so I'm thinking that these 1,500 2 kilometre or 2,000 metre shots may be on a different system where the limitations are longer, higher. Because no matter what we did, and basically what we were doing, it was infallible. It was impossible to beat us. We could do, if it didn't have these limitations, I believe you could do map to map. Yeah, as long as the gun had the range, you know, could shoot that far. And mind you, my range on this gun is max.
You've got the best.
Yeah, I've got the best. I've got max range, max damage, everything that would affect a shot like that. So it's not that the gun didn't have the range. It did. Well, if any gun in the game has the range, that gun did because it's maxed.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I think that's a limitation of console. I don't know. It's an educated guess, like I said, but that's something that we worked out. But that's like a pretty surefire way to ensure that you can get the shots a lot easier, because you can do the whole spotter, but if you take a shot and you miss close, they're going to move, and then you have to readjust everything, and it's really hard. So I guess in this essence, that's the whole point, is making it hard. But we just used that grab method.
So the money shot is, whose idea was the headlock maneuver?
That was mine.
Yeah.
I'm always a little bit tricky like that. I'm like, hang on a minute. This will stop the bastards from moving. And I also had another idea for another trophy, which I actually did get last night. Have you got the cluster bomb trophy yet?
No, I've heard like Snoogans and Roy and that going, oh, that's going to be hard. And I've got my cousin here at the moment, and he's been playing the shit out of Wildlands. Oh, that's going to be the hard trophy. That's going to be the hard trophy. And I'm like, I've got an idea. You tell me yours, and I'll tell you mine.
Okay, well, this isn't how I got the trophy last night, but this idea wasn't how I got it in the end. But my idea was, if I can go and get, like, grab enemies, get them in a headlock, drag them into a car, and stow them. You know, you can stow them.
Yeah.
And I thought, if I can fill a car, right, if I can get 4 into the car, and then put a piece of C4 onto the car, I don't know, can you put one in the boot? I think you can put one in the boot, can't you?
Oh, I'm not sure.
It ended up being a bit too hard, so I didn't do it. But my idea was, put 4 in the car, put C4 on the car, get in the car, drive it into another at least 3 enemies, which would be easy to do.
Yeah.
And then just set the the charge off, set the
C4
C4 off.
yeah.
Doesn't matter if I die, because the trophy should pop. But it got really hard, and for some reason, like I'd get one enemy and put him in a car, and by the time I'd come back, that enemy's dead. So I don't know what was going on there, because I went back to the car and there he was slumped over and he wasn't tagged anymore because he was dead. I'm like, oh, that's too hard. But what I ended up doing was really stupidly easy. I found an area, you know how sometimes you see enemies just parked on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Well, I found one set where there were 3 Sicarios, 3 Unidad, and a little like they were like having a conversation. And then there's like a bunch of dead bodies around them, so I don't know, they're organising how to get rid of these bodies. And there was another one that might have been about 10 metres away, sort of just chilling next to a car. But the thing is, I've unlocked the larger explosion radius perk thing, which means my C4 does a really big bang. So I literally just snuck up on the 6 that were having a chat, and then went prone, and I basically crawled up to their feet, stood up, chucked the C4 in the middle of their feet. They all cracked the shits. I set it off. Boom! They all blew up. I took damage. I didn't actually die, and the trophy popped, and then I just legged it and ran away from the other ones that didn't die. But yeah, I got the trophy that way. The video is actually up on YouTube right now. You can see how I did it.
Oh yeah, nice.
What was yours?
Yeah, no, they reckon that. I just mine was you get 4 stars on. You get the Unidads because they just come in from with convoys.
Yeah, see, I tried that, but I had absolutely no luck because the Unidads come in on their convoys, but their trucks are armoured, and my explosions would never kill them.
Ah, Roger Dodger.
Yeah, like so it was like I blocked the road and had 2 Unidad trucks, and I'd set the C4 off, and they'd get all pissed off and get out of the car, and then I'm like, oh well, there's like fucking 10 Unidad on me, I'm dead, because it didn't blow up their cars. If you had the normal ones like the Sicarios, those orange ones, you should be able to blow their cars up and there'd be no drama. But yeah, those Unidads are a bit too strong. Armoured up and shit.
Yeah, because there's another trophy we have to do with the landmine, isn't there?
There's a landmine. I'm going to try that one exactly the same way that I did the other one. I'm going to sneak up real close, throw the landmine, and just shoot the landmine.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
Yeah. But it's a lot easier if you've got that perk where your explosion radius is bigger.
Yeah, for sure. But I've tried playing it this week, Ghost Recon. It's something I so want to like, and it's not that I don't like it. It's just it's like a cup of tea as opposed to a cup of coffee. I'll drink it, but I'd prefer the coffee, if you know what I mean.
You know, I know exactly what you're saying. I understand. I don't feel that way, but I understand what you're saying.
Well, the shoe's been on the other foot a dozen times. We're always going to be slightly different, you and I, with our game selection, and not so much our game selection because we try and play everything, but our like deep likes. There's games that come across our table, and we play them, we review them, we stream them, whatever. And for instance, like your Watch Dogs too, I like that. You loved it. It's something that'll draw you back. There's something in Ghost Recon that just keeps bringing you back for hours upon hours, and I'm happy to jump in for an hour and a half at a time, have a bit of a kick around, a muddle around, and then go play something different. But as I said, I've been playing my fucking NBA 2K, and since I don't know whether it's since 4.5, the system update on the PlayStation 4, or if it's been there for a little while since you're able to, that snappy menu that you can bring across on the left if you hold your PS button in. With the music section there, you can control your Spotify.
Yes.
And it has like daily lists, and there's also a recommendation list to the game that you're playing. So at the moment, the three playlists, it goes hip hop and hoops and hardcore hoops and stuff like that. So it's playlists generated around the basketball theme. So it's all
smart.
hip hop and rap and stuff like that. But I found a playlist with 432 songs on it. It's every live and recorded version of every song featured in the Mafia 3.
Oh, you'd like that.
Yeah, I love it, man. So 8 different versions of Paint It Black, being it live, recorded, covered, all this sort of stuff, but all random. Like, you don't listen to the same song 6 times in a row, per se.
Yeah.
And so I've just been playing some tunes and fucking rocking out the basketball, because I get well angry with it. You know what I mean? I yell at my TV at the moment, because it's like, what the fuck would you do that sort of thing? But as I said earlier, I played this for 5 years straight now, and this is the first time I never got it on release, but I was pining over it there for a while, as you may have mentioned to, and it come up for $66 or $67 at EB. I'm like, you know what, fucking Nan. You want me to do some chores? I'll bloody polish your chandeliers and polish your... Oh, okay. Fuck yeah, NBA 2K17, baby. But you know, with FIFA, they got the FIFA Ultimate Team, where you put you buy your packs of cards and you make the teams, and then you play in tournaments, whether they be versus AI or PvP, and you try and build the perfect team with the chemistry and stuff.
Yeah. I've
been doing that with basketball, because I understand basketball. Like, I understand soccer. I know the rules. I know how it plays, but you know, as far as plays go, calling plays 1-2 down the left wing, then cross. Like, I can understand the simplistic methods of that. But when it comes to basketball, I understand the 1 percenters, like I do with my AFL and cricket. So it's a lot more inviting for me to go into the intricacies. Right, I need someone that's really good defense at the post, you know, with their back turned to the hoop and stuff like that. So I'm working out real little intricacies, and they've got a domination mode where you have to play every single team in the NBA one at a time, and you get a 3-star rating based on your performance.
Yeah.
With the team you create. I am, in a week, 25 games deep into the 33 games, and then I've just found out, once you beat the 33 games, then they unlock another 33 games with historical teams. So I'm like, oh wow, Christmas is all at once. So I'm really enjoying. I'm even playing PvP. But the fuck thing is, basketball's massive in America. It's massive worldwide, but it's massive in America.
Yeah.
And so when you're playing PvP, you're playing a lot of people over in America. And of course, when you're shooting and you've got to hold the square button to try and time it perfectly, milliseconds of lag, but I get a good half second sometimes. You can't time it very well, so everything has to be like a layup or a slam dunk, and that doesn't really work. They cotton onto it, if you know what I mean, and you always get done from distance. So the fact that you can play this game mode that doesn't solely rely on PvP, I think it's absolutely fucking brilliant. And if anyone listening is a 2K fan and has a My Team, I would love to share pictures with you of our current lineups, because I fucking love it, mate. I'm addicted as.
Oh, that's good. Good, you're enjoying it.
I'll quickly wrap up, because there's nothing brand new as well. I've played 3+ hours of Fallout 4. I went, I just want to check this thing out for a second. I went, quest. Oh, I remember this. It's Power Armor here, and got sucked back into it for a fucking session. I have started Bioshock 1.
Yeah.
You know how when they were advertising the remaster, they were showing you that there was always that comparison of the water at the start with the crashed plane?
Yeah.
It looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
That's about the best looking part of it.
Yeah, fair enough. But that's a really old game.
That's exactly right. I'm not taking anything away from the experience so far. I've probably played for 2 or 3 hours. I died in a bullshit spot, and I went, fuck you. I've got that many games. I'll come back when I'm more interested. I had a look at DZ 7, 8, and 9, because Pat was going, the bodies. Oh, you got to see the bodies. I went, fucking fine. I'll go see the bodies.
What bodies?
The dead bodies in DZ 9.
Oh, okay.
In the body bags on the Division.
Right.
And 2 multiplayer games I've played a little bit of. I did jump into For Honor, because there's a trophy there where you've got to deploy war assets over 50 turns, which is every 8 hours. So every now and again I go in, play a couple of games, monster a couple of noobs, and then fucking deploy my assets and then piss off again. And I checked out for the first time since Velvet Sky released Rainbow Six.
Oh, yep.
Siege. And big surprise, I still suck. I'm really no good at that game. I just like it. I'm level 101. You'd think I'd have a little bit of experience. I haven't played it like in the last 3 or 4 months, and if it's like one of those things, if you don't play it constantly, you miss out on the current trends. And there's trends now. If you shoot out, you know, like the bank level, for instance, how that goes up, and you can defend a room that's up in like the office.
Yeah.
You can shoot holes now in the floors, and it gives you the perfect, because there's certain places in that room you can sit to cover doors and windows, but then there's fucking, if you're just a room below with no one around you, you can shoot out a certain section of the floor, and you've exposed 3 lines of sight. I'm like, fucking hell. I'm not that cluey with it. I want to jump in, have a bit of fun, fuck off.
But that's those games. That's most games are like that with multiplayer. If you leave it for a while, I mean, you're as good as never played it before.
Yeah, exactly. And I felt like a nerd. That's what I mean. I still suck. That's why. And that's funny. You should say that, because that's exactly how I feel. But that's how I try and now stay on top of For Honor, because I never really want to lose touch. I like winning on For Honor. I don't lose very often, and that's not me being on myself. I'm just really good at cherry picking kills. But the way I get on, and I just play for half hour, 45 minutes, get 3 or 4 wins under the belt, and then like, all right, now I've got to go cook tea, sort of thing. It's just something I'll stop and I'll just do it for 45 minutes at a time, or an hour at a time max, instead of doing like the whole 6, 7, 8 hour sessions that I used to.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's be honest. We as a civilization, we like winning. We don't like losing.
Correct. Yeah.
There's it kind of mars the experience. Some games, like your Rocket League, you can handle a few losses at Rocket League because it's still fun. I've never been down in any game 3-0 and still trying my ass off with 10 seconds to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Rocket League. That's really cool. We should get in and have a go at that soon.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But when it comes to competitive first-person shooters, I'm so used to back in the day with the Call of Duties and that, I want to win. So, so Rainbow Six was kind of had the adverse feeling, like it looks good, it's pretty, it's polished up, there's new operators, new maps, all this excitement around it. Everything's nice and shiny with the release of the Year 2 Season Pass outline and everything like that. But I've kind of been left behind because I've been doing other things. Yeah, that's me.
Oh, you done? That's it? That's all you
Yeah, fucking chonked it up, didn't I?
No, that's all right. Look, I've got a couple of things. I'll start off with Utomic. We talked about Mechanic Escape that Martin Creamer's suggested last week.
Oh, the Super Meat Boy clone?
Yeah, gave it a go. It's not bad, but it felt a lot. I didn't play it a lot, mind you, but it felt a lot more friendly. Look, he did say it was easier than Super Meat Boy, and it is a lot friendlier than Super Meat Boy. But yeah, not a bad game. Thanks for recommending that one, Martin. Give that a go. But if you've got Utomic, you've got nothing to lose. Go and try that game out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then there was Ghost Recon Wildlands, which we've already spoken about in detail. So, I set up the Wii U yesterday.
What's a Wii? Oh, what?
Yeah, do you remember that thing that came out after the Wii? And before the Switch? There was a console.
I normally have poo after my Wii. Oh, that makes a whole lot of sense!
Yeah, it's easily forgotten.
Just for lulz.
Yeah. Plug that in, set it up, plugged into the capture device thingy, and did a bit of a stream yesterday playing some Super Mario 3D World.
And it worked perfectly, mind you.
The stream looked alright, did it?
Fuck yeah. You got to think though. Nintendo games are always going to stream well.
Yeah, but look, my ability to play Super Mario 3D World didn't go too well though. Wow, wasn't I terrible?
Oh,
yeah.
No. It should gauge it on how much fun we have.
Yeah, God. Oh, mind you, like that's probably halfway through the game where I was playing. It wasn't at the beginning.
Picking it up fresh.
Yeah, and I haven't played it in, God, years, 18 months. But yeah, that was good fun. But then I think it was Bobcat who suggested, have I got Splatoon? I thought, oh yeah, I got Splatoon. I'll give that a go. So I played 4 games of that, and I won 2.
Yeah, I can take a 50 win ratio.
Yeah, and in one of them I came second overall too, so I didn't do too bad considering it was a long time since I played it. But I played well. That was good. Just playing against. It's funny, you go into the lobby and it matches you up with 8 players or 7 players plus you, and every single one of them their names are in Japanese.
Because it's still a thing in Japan.
Yeah, and then there was one person that joined in one of the games whose name was Mario.
Oh wow, probably still Japanese.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, so that's the audience of the Nintendo. But not that it really mattered. But I did all right. But I didn't really want to take too much away for it, considering that the people I was playing against were very likely 12.
Yeah, and better.
Yeah.
It's this realisation we've hit 30. We're never going to beat a 12-year-old at many things.
Well, that's right. It's ever since the 30s have kicked off that I've gotten really bad at games. But
just doughy as fuck.
You've
been doing the daily grind for 12 years, supplying for the family, and you're coming up to 13, 14, 15 years, like half your life of supporting a family and going to work 8, 10, 12, 15-hour days, trying to do the right thing, and then you sit down to get, you go, what?
Still love it. Still love it.
Yeah,
good.
Fuck yeah. Can't get enough of it, but yeah, no.
Yeah, so I played a little bit of the Nintendo, so that's set up now. I can play that whenever, and I'll eventually get Breath of the Wild as well and chuck that in. Last thing...
I took the piss, sorry to interrupt, but that's got to be an awesome convenience. Well, not a convenience, but just a wicked luxury to have, going, oh, you know what, I'm going to fucking have a crank on the Wii U.
What with Zelda coming out on it?
Oh, just picking up and having a go on Mario yesterday and a go doing just something different, because whether it's a very reputable or popular console or not, it does its fucking job. It done what it was advertised, and I'd have one in a heartbeat. If I could afford one, I'd have one just for, as you say, Mario. Maybe even Zelda. I'm not too big on it, but like I want Smash Brothers. I tell you what though, and this is going off the fucking beaten path. I love this game discussion now. We bring so much together. Game Freak, you know Game Freak, that built the original Pokemon.
Yep.
There are rumours around the underbelly of the internet that there might be in development at the moment a purebred Pokemon game for the Switch.
Why the hell doesn't that happen for every Nintendo console?
I tell you what, I'll fucking nearby a Switch.
If they pull their finger out, that'd be great.
I'd fucking nearby a Switch, mate, for a fucking Game Freak developed Pokemon game.
It shouldn't even be a rumour, it should be an expectation. Like, you'd think about with the Wii U, there was no new Zelda game on it until the Switch came out.
Yeah, I know.
They were remasters. How is that smart? That's like, having an Xbox console and not releasing a Halo game.
Zelda is arguably bigger than Mario.
Well, but it's probably arguable, yeah.
Because of the RPG aspect and the following and your cosplays and like I'm part of this group that Brownie added me to. It's called F4F, First Four Figures or something. They do like legit statues and stuff of games. Like they do Dark Souls statues and Tekken statues and Mortal Kombat statues. But you're paying like about the size of the ones that you get with your season, your limited editions that you pay $200 for, but these statues are worth $500, $600, $700. Yeah, they let you pay them off over a 6-month thing. They release it. There's only going to be 1,500 of these. Put your order in now. Start paying for them like a Kickstarter.
Yeah, okay.
And Zelda, I tell you what, Zelda is so massive amongst these statue collectors. There's so much money in the Zelda franchise. So much money.
Yeah, well,
that's where I base my argument.
Yeah, fair enough. But anyway, I'll move on from that. Last one that I'm going to talk about is Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh, yes.
Now, that releases today, and I've got that downloaded, ready to play on the PlayStation. However, last week I played it on the Xbox One with EA Access, because you could play it for 10 hours before, like a week before it's released. And I've got to say that, look, there's been a lot of people and reviews bagging the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Look, I can't really comment on the story too much because I've only played it for about an hour and a half. I can't comment on what I've experienced in that hour and a half, and it's not good.
Nah, worst thing too, and this is not being a fanboy, you're playing it on Xbox as well.
Well, look, no, I'm talking about the story. The story that I've received in the first hour and a half, I picked it in the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
That's disappointing. It was one of those things, and look, call it a spoiler or not, just if you don't want the first 5 minutes of the game spoiled, sort of tune out for a minute. But basically, I said words to the effect of, that guy's going to die, I'm going to take his position. And that's exactly what happened in an hour.
Yeah.
And there weren't even any twists. It was just as obvious as that. Now, that's just the setup to the game. So, I don't know how it branches off from there. But, I like the idea of it where, humans need somewhere to go. So, we, as a Pathfinder, which is your role in the game, you need to go and find somewhere for us to go upon the event that we have to leave Earth, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that's the idea. But we go to this planet that's supposedly, our best chance of survival, and find out that we're not alone there. So whether or not they're aliens that have found the planet too, or they're native to the planet, I don't know. I haven't played enough. But that's sort of the idea behind it. So I don't know how that story branches, and I hope it gets good. But yeah, that intro part with the story was a little bit... Man, I've seen that 1,000 times. I saw that in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay, it was just that Horizon Zero Dawn did open up, and the story got absolutely amazing, that it was absolutely forgiven for being obvious.
But that was well powerful. That scene was well powerful. That set up a whole narrative arc. That scene you're talking about from Horizon Zero Dawn.
It did, but I knew that was going to happen. I didn't know, obviously, how it was going to happen, but I picked it. I'm like, okay.
Dude's
going to die.
Something drastic had to happen.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But it was very obvious in Andromeda. Now, as for the gameplay aspects, the animations and all that sort of stuff, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in user-created content, because it was brought up by Ross Mark. So I won't go into too much detail about it. But I enjoyed it. I played it for an hour and a half. The reason I stopped is because I'm playing this on Xbox with the EA Access, but I'm buying my copy on the PlayStation because I want to play it on the Pro. I believe it's going to look a lot better on the Pro than it did on the Xbox.
Well, it's capped at 3900 on the Xbox, 1080 on the PAW, and 1440 on the Pro.
That's it. And I didn't want to have to redo it all. I didn't want to play...
No, not 10 hours of it.
Yeah.
If you're going to play it on the Xbox, you create your character, and then you can just pick up your save game in 10 days' time, or 7 days' time.
Exactly right. You can continue on if you buy it on the Xbox. But I'm not buying it on the Xbox, I'm buying it on the PlayStation. So I thought, no, I'm going to stop. I don't mind redoing the first part, in like the first hour or so. I don't want to redo the first 10 hours, so I'm not playing it anymore. So I turned it off. But, I'm excited for it, and I don't know. We'll talk about it more in user-created content. But yeah, that's that's pretty much my all I've got. Yeah, my week. So,
You've been working a lot.
I have, yeah. I've been doing plenty of stuff that's not gaming, which isn't fun to talk about, so we won't. But if you've got nothing else ready, happy to go into video game discussion.
Absolutely. Yes, last words. I can cover what I was just about to say. Yes.
Video game news, even. I said discussion.
we'll discuss it.
Yeah. All right. Video game news. All right, first up in the news, Red, tell us about God of War director's new game.
I think you might have a little inclination from where this bloody news item may have come from. Oh, damn. Obviously, we outsource every now and again. We outsource a lot of our news items and everything for the podcast, because people that get paid an hourly rate over a weekly basis can tend to bring you the nitty gritty, where at Aussie Gamers we do the best we can with the allocated time we have.
Right.
So, but you covered a game called Drawn to Death.
Yes.
And that's going to be free for PS Plus subscribers and will be available April 4th. But the big cool thing about this baddie, not the fact that it's a third-person hybrid shooter brawler that's going to try and take on the E-League scene. No, it's from the God of War director and Twisted Metal designer, which was big for me. I like God of War, love Twisted Metal. David, I'm going to say Jaffe, it's been 3 years in development. It does look really cool. I remember the very first couple of weeks that we were granted access here at Aussie Gamers Express to like a press release page for PlayStation.
Yeah.
And we used to be able to get the 8 rolls and the pics and trailers and stuff like this. I always remember seeing this little segment down the left-hand side of the page. It always said Drawn to Death, and I always looked at it, and you only ever got the logo, the opening, probably what'll be the application logo on your XMB. So I was always like, what the fuck is this? And it looks like real comic booky and rah. And now it all makes sense, because it's the game itself, as I said, is a hybrid third-person shooter brawler, multiplayer game, I should state as well, that takes place entirely inside the pages of a high school kid's notebook. So it's like doodles and drawings and tagging, if you will, like graffiti tagging. And it's where the kids' creative drawings come to life, and they battle it out. What is billed as a highly competitive, fast-paced online action game. So it'll consist of the standard things. So you have your main characters, but then you'll have mystery boxes and probably microtransactions, considering it's free to play. This is just speculation on my behalf, but you'll get mystery boxes for vanity items that you then buy keys a la CSGO and Rocket League. That is just a prediction, but you imagine it would be, because there'd have to be some paid element here for these guys to make any money, considering to PS Plus members it is free and PlayStation probably didn't pay too much for it. So yeah, look for that to launch and hit the consoles on April 4th, all PlayStation Plus subscribers. If you're not a PlayStation Plus subscriber, you'll probably have to buy it, and then you'll have to buy PS Plus because it's online game.
Yeah. You may as well just get PS Plus.
just get PS Plus. Oh, mind you, too, which will still be relevant come Sunday. Sometimes we find out things that aren't quite relevant then, but are now, but will be then. Up until early next week, you can get a month's worth of PS Plus for $1.40.
But you have to not have it.
No.
So can I add? Can I add a month?
Yeah, just add a month. Yeah.
Oh, because I had a look for that and I couldn't find. Let me have a look now, just so we can 100% confirm. So I'm just going to go to the.
Oh wow, my cousin done it through. I haven't done it yet. My cousin in front of me done it on that PlayStation app on the top notification on the top of your notification bar on the PS4.
Okay, well I'll load up the PS4 while we're chatting. I'll have a look at it. Come back to you. Are we up to the next bit of news?
Yeah.
Alright, Red, tell us about Sniper Elite 4's DLC.
right, so yesterday. So when you're listening on Sunday, would see the drop of the first story DLC for Sniper 4 Elite, entitled Deathstorm. And Deathstorm is a mini campaign split into 3 parts. So you probably get 3 big levels within a bigger level, if this makes sense, because Deathstorm takes part. What is it? I'm going to read it as Rebellion describes it. So, quoting, set after the events of the main game, it takes the player to a colder terrain of northern Italy and a Nazi naval base recently targeted in a bombing run. With imposing scaffolding, a German destroyer, and a myriad of Kriegsmarine soldiers to negotiate, Cole Fairburn must help finish what the bombing run started, but his primary mission concerns the secret Manhattan Project, Wicked, to retrieve a critical mysterious package codenamed Deathstorm. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds really cool, and so in the vein of the game. So it's just an addition. Remember, I said that. Just remember, I said that for later. Also coming. There is also 3 new weapons. There's nighttime camo rifle skins for 8 of the existing weapons, and a new male and female character skins. And they come in a expansion pack called the Night Fighters. Also coming on the same day in a update was a new multiplayer mode called Elimination and a multiplayer map called Nightwoods, both which are free to every owner of Sniper Elite 4. In Elimination, 2 teams of 6 battle it out with a twist. Every kill you make brings back a killed teammate. I really like that sort of game mode. So not only was there free DLC, there was paid DLC, there was a proper good old expansion, and there was microtransactions. So they covered off every single sort of base with the first drop of digital content to extend the life of Sniper Elite 4. And if any game DLC applies to, well, Sniper Elite series and Rebellion have always done it pretty well, except for the fact you've always got to shoot the same bad guy.
Yeah.
And every trophy list for every DLC is killing Hitler 8 different ways.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, well.
But it works, mate. Wait, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, people love shooting that dude. All right, I've got this PS Plus thing up.
Yep.
And it says to me, you are already a PS Plus member. Your current membership will automatically renew on the 28th of the 3rd, 17. Because it's not available. So I can't add it because I'm already a member. What I'm interested in seeing is whether when it renews, if it's going to charge me the $9.95 or the $1.40.
Or another thing to try would be turn off auto renew. See if that.
Okay, yes, and then I can just buy it. But you know what's really weird? As I go into that, what I was just into, and it's got a little explanation. They've muffed something up because it says, at the end of the first month, this subscription automatically continues with a recurring monthly subscription fee of £5.99.
You got the British ad.
Yeah, they've just copied and pasted from the British one, I'd say, because I'm in my account, which is an Australian account.
Yeah.
And it's telling me that it's going to renew at £5.99. Whatever.
It's not like fucking Sony to ever make a mistake.
Yeah, so I don't know what to go into.
Bastards. Yeah, go.
Did your cousin have PS Plus already?
He has had it. He was out a day.
Yeah, see, that might be the difference. So you're right. Maybe I should just let it lapse, but then I'll only have 2 days grace then, or 3 days grace.
Good band.
Is that a band?
3 days grace. Oh yeah.
No, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it
start a riot.
The promotion ends on the 30th, didn't it?
31st.
31st. So I'll have from the 28th to the 31st. I will remember. But you get an email saying it's expiring anyway.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go. Whatever happens.
Yeah. Oh well, we can touch on it next week and let us know how you go.
That's it. All right. Next up in the news, Diablo 3 seasons finally on console.
Yeah, so it only took 10 seasons on PC for Diablo to make the appearance on consoles. So, in a nutshell, do you know what seasons are?
Once upon a time I did. I've kind of forgotten, but I got a rough idea.
Yeah, so usually lasting around 3 months, in which every player can start a seasonal character. So this is a character from scratch, and use it to get loot, overcome challenges, and compete for points with other seasonal characters on a big addictive leaderboard. That's a quote. I'm not sure how addictive it is. It might be crack, or it might just be sugar. After each season ends, your seasonal character will then transform into a normal character, so all is not lost. This is in addition to a character armories of snapshotting builds, so you can get you've got to play in these season style modes just to get some limited edition loot and gear. And some gears, it's the only place you can get some gear with a perfect roll on it. So there's definitely incentive there to partake in these 3 month seasons.
Yeah.
I know one of our avid followers, Bad Religion, Matt Turvey. He loves it. He loves Diablo 3 season. He's going, play Diablo 3 with me on PC Red. And I'm like, I can't run it on my potato, sorry. But he keeps going on, and then every few months he'll come out of the woodwork and he'll send through a photo going, check this out, check this out. So that's fucking rather cool. But yeah, definitely something worth a look, I think. I'm not sure, given 10 seasons, so that makes the game 3.5, 4 years old now. I'm not sure how much time, if I was to start a season, I don't think I'd come back every day and play Diablo for 3 months. You know what I mean? Like, obviously there's people out there, they just absolutely love it. And there's people like that with every single game. Like, just come out in the news
where
now.
that's all they play. That's
exactly right. It come out in the news today. Like, it didn't make the news, obviously, because it wasn't massive, but there's been a patch for Horizon Zero Dawn that people were getting corrupted files that had saved games over 200 hours.
Oh, wow.
You know, yeah, who's going to play Horizon Zero Dawn for 200 hours?
Well, that's a fair point.
But there is people, like I've seen videos on YouTube, there's a dude that just goes around Horizon Zero Dawn, converts one machine to him, or whatever you do. I've played hours and hours and hours of it. Just overtake them. You override. Yep. Overrides and pits them against each other, and then does, like,
I love doing that
presentation and does a boxing presentation sort of thing for YouTube videos. So obviously a 200-hour save game file is going to affect these guys more. But yeah, as we said, we played it for 50 hours and beaten it, done everything, absolutely everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, but there is people that are just purely addicted to one game. So if you're a Diablo 3 fan and you like it on console and you like that accessibility because you don't have a good enough computer to run it, then there you go. You got seasons. There's something brand new to do on Diablo 3 on the consoles.
Nice. All right, good stuff with the news. That'll be it.
Yep.
We're going to go into Remember When.
Now, I told you pre-show, this might sound slightly scripted, and there's an explanation for this, because it fucking is.
That's all right. You should know what you're talking about then.
Okay, so, remember when you bought a game, and what you bought was the entire game.
To answer your question simply, it's been a while, man.
Fucking oath, it's been a while. Rightio, so I'm going to deliver this with a few facts.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you a few research facts, which is going to be slightly diluted with opinion, and then I'm going to hit a list of what my personals are, and that's where I'm going to call you in for your opinions and off-the-cuff answers.
Yeah,
so,
cool.
First of all, the very first free DLC was seen in Team Fortress, the Classic Edition, in 1999. The first paid DLC was actually a cuss pack for Redneck Rampage, so you could get them to tell you in 1997. So you paid for someone to tell you to get fucked.
Yeah, right.
And rightio, here's a bit of a sidewinder for you. As far as season passes go, the first time this business model was ever seen was in 2011. Can you guess, Luke, what game it was for?
2007 with a season pass.
No, 2011.
Oh, 2011, sorry, with a season pass.
Yep.
It wasn't Call of Duty, was it?
No, yeah, very good. I would have gone Call of Duty or Battlefield myself, but it was actually, here's a big tip, a big thing, it was called a Rockstar Pass.
Oh.
And it was for LA Noire.
Oh, no, I would never have picked that.
Yeah, because with that you got 4 extra levels, you got 2 different outfits, and access to a couple more vehicles. It just so happens the second gaming series to do it in the same year was Mortal Kombat, and the season pass gave you exactly what the season passes for Mortal Kombat does in today's day and age: access to all additional fighters.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So really quickly, the difference between DLC and microtransactions, in my own words. A microtransaction is usually a much cheaper item that can be purchased for a game that nearly all the time is cosmetic in nature and does not affect gameplay or performance. I want to put this out to everyone. You can stop me in my path right now if you can tell me where a microtransaction, I'm talking under a $4 to $5 purchase, can ultimately, other than mobile-based games, make you better at the game or give you the upper hand over someone else that's playing the game without it. The only one I can come up with is The Last of Us multiplayer online, because for $2 you could buy the burst rifle, you could buy the automatic rifle that you could put into your loadout, and also not to mention the perks that you could buy that slot straight in and make you better.
Yeah, with those weapons in The Last of Us, everybody has access to those weapons. The only difference is you can't customize
your loadout. Yeah,
the loadout. Exactly. You have to use the preset ones. So that's a slight difference, but that can make a massive difference. So yeah, there's not too many.
That crossbow. Did you ever use that crossbow that made you bleed or whatever?
Yeah, they had the bleed thing on it. No, I hated that.
So if anyone can, if you can come up with it, give you a couple of seconds. But if anyone else out there listening can give me another example of this, we'd be very appreciative to hear it. Remember when this game actually gave you microtransactions to make you better, Red?
Yeah, I don't know. No, like you said though, the general idea of a microtransactions, they're usually cosmetic. Now, microtransactions on games that are single player, however, can often boost and make you better.
Yeah, and we see these as pre-order incentives, a la for Horizon Zero Dawn. I paid the extra $10 with my pre-order, right? I got the digital copy. I got the $90 one instead of the $80 one.
Right.
And I got 3 bows. I got 3 outfits.
Mm-hmm.
And they were better than what you started with. Yeah, absolutely. These are often, in a lot of games, overtaken very quickly, especially in your RPG style games. They're often overtaken very quickly with other stuff you picked up. I will say this, Horizon Zero Dawn did make use of different outfits at different times, especially on the harder difficulties, and I was using the DLC stuff that I got from the pre-order, so that was a tick in the right box. I'm like, all right, that $10 is justified.
Yeah, but see, I gauge a microtransaction on whether I feel like I want to buy them or not. Like I do not buy them at the best of times, but I have purchased mini microtransactions on occasion. But usually it's with a game that I absolutely love.
Yeah.
And usually they're on mobile phones.
Yeah, 99% of the time, likewise. Because Destiny do it. Fucking old mate, the Division does it now with the vanity items with the microtransactions.
New remotes.
Uncharted 4 multiplayer.
Yeah,
has a lot of them. And so did The Last of Us. I remember there at one stage when you used to go into the old school store and it'd tell you how many add-ons a game had. And you remember The Last of Us had like 193 possible add-ons.
Ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on. So DLC, as opposed to a microtransaction, downloadable content, obviously this is what's abbreviated. DLC is additional content to complement the day one release and supposedly add to the initial experience. So we just talked about sniper. That's why I said, remember this. They had there's a microtransaction. So your fighters of the night, you get camos and skins. Mm-hmm. You have the 3-level expansion or DLC, if you will, that's an addition to the game. It carries on from the game, but it's its own separate entity also. And then you had the free DLC, if you will, which was the additional multiplayer map and multiplayer mode. So that's when I said in the news that I said, Sniper Elite do it really well. Remember this for later. That's the differences between your DLCs. Because free DLC, we're seeing a rise in free DLC at the moment. And that's, I think, in my opinion, is that the primary motive behind that is to not separate the player pool. Yeah. Like Call of Duty and that first did with their maps and everything. They had to run servers for vanilla owners, for people that owned the season pass, then the people that owned, say, expansion 1 and expansion 3. You know, they didn't get expansion 2, but you still got to put in, when you go for a search for a quick game of team deathmatch, it has to take all these variables into consideration.
Yeah.
All right, you can search for this and this, but you can't use this map. But you can use this map. It's too fucked up, I think, and that's why we see Titanfall do it, Rainbow Six Siege do it, For Honor are doing it. All these new multiplayer maps, modes, and players are available to everyone, but need to be purchased in a microtransaction way or with gameplay. That's another big one on the microtransactions. Old bloody Ubisoft's jump on that bandwagon with Rainbow Six and For Honor. I seen a meme yesterday by Unilad. To get every vanity item in For Honor would cost you $754 American dollars or 2.7 years of gameplay.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. But those sorts of games, you have one core character, just like Rainbow Six Siege. You have two core characters. You have an attacker and a defender. And if you are really good with that character and you want to stand out a little bit, you pay that $7. Yeah, I want that, and I want that effect and that emote. Yeah, $7 is justified there because I'm proud of my warrior or my raider, if you will, in For Honor, that because they're like Odin's sons, you know, they follow Norse mythology and Thor and everything like that. You can get an emote where a big thunder lightning bolt comes down and cracks around you when you do an execution. That's badass, and that costs you about $7 to buy the correct amount of steel to buy it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm contemplating it, but as I said, I only played it for an hour this week. But if I was playing it for 6 hours a day, I probably would have bought it already by now. But it's choice, and I think I've been burnt. I know a lot of people that listen to this and a lot of people that know us. I'm about to give best and worst sort of DLCs. At the top of the list, it was Watch Dogs 1. But that wasn't bad DLC. That was just bad development, marketing, and lack of content. So it wasn't technically bad DLC, because the DLC was fun with T-Bone. But yeah, so I'm always on the wary side of digital content now. Yeah, but let's really, really quickly wrap this up and bring you into it a little bit more, because I've been doing a lot of the yarning. All right, so I've got a little list here of DLC done well asked by game/developer. Yeah. And then I've got 3 instances where DLC has just been absolutely fucking terrible. So I'll give you mine, and if anything jumps to your mind really quickly, I would really love your input, or you can agree or disagree with what I have to say. Sure. Here is DLC done well. The Witcher 3. Fallout series. Yeah. Borderlands series. Mm-hmm. Naughty Dog do Wicked standalone DLC, and bringing that up is one of my tabs. You've just done you can head across to AussieGamersExpress.com if you want to check out first-hand knowledge or the first look at Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. So that's Chloe's standalone story, Uncharted 4. If you want to check that out, AussieGamersExpress.com. But Naughty Dog have always done good standalone DLC. They're there because standalone is in the world of, but not pertaining to the main story.
Yeah.
Destiny done it well. It was just long-winded. They done more expansion-style DLC. And to an extent, Battlefield and Call of Duty done DLC well because it was always new maps, and COD always had zombies. So it was always $20 odd, $22.95 I should say, if I wanted to be specific, to buy a map pack, or $69 to buy the lot. So you're going to save $18 if you buy the season pass, which needs to be that incentive to lay out the cash straight up front. Whether we like Call of Duty or we don't like Call of Duty anymore, they still done good DLC. Did you have any games that you went, yeah, right, that's the best DLC I bought, or that was well worth the money?
Well, look, with me, DLC is a bit of a touchy subject because I'm really disappointed with the fact that DLC these days just... If I say to you, what is DLC? You know, generally it's an extra map. It's an extra game mode. It's extra characters for you to use in these new maps. I am sick and tired of DLC only being pushed towards the multiplayer market. I'm not a big multiplayer. I want more single-player content. Back when DLC kicked off, it was an extra level, it was an extra mission, it was an extra little story on the side of your game. It's kind of dying lately with single-player DLC, and that shits me to tears.
Yeah.
Look, I like multiplayer DLC, and I do purchase it sometimes. But I'm sick of it just being rehashed more of the same shit. I want extra game, and I want them to make a new character, like what Naughty Dog does with their single player DLC. You play as a different person, and you go and do a new side story, which might show you something, some little bit that wasn't fully
explained. Yeah, it's just
explained or explored in the full game, and like with the Left Behind DLC, stuff like that. But it's so rare that you get single player DLC these days. Far Cry did it, which was good. I believe Horizon Zero Dawn has got, I think, 3 DLC.
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Coming, which it has to be single player stuff. But in saying that, I mean, if it was paid DLC for Horizon Zero Dawn and it was just more missions within the same map, I want an extra little bit of map or an extra underground area, something that's not in the game now.
Witcher and Fallout.
You see, they did it. You know, like they had the extra, like, what was it?
Bar Harbor and the others. Susan.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they had like the extra area. That's proper extra content.
Yeah.
But when I see a game comes out like Call of Duty, I don't buy the season pass because I know it's just going to be extra maps. Why not give us an extra mission?
Yeah.
An extra single-player campaign mission or an extra 3 and make it a mini story. I don't think they do that because they know that no one gives a flying shit about their campaigns. Some people do. I do. But that's my take on the whole DLC stuff. It disappoints me that it's all multiplayer stuff because I predominantly don't play multiplayer stuff.
Yeah. All right. So if you allow me to wrap up, I've got 3 terrible examples of DLC.
Yeah.
So as you might remember, we had a What's That Sound for a game called The Saboteur.
Yeah.
That game offered you a deal. EA created the game, by the way, and they offered you a DLC for $5, which exposed all the women's breasts.
Really?
Yeah.
So worth it.
You pay $5. I fucking listen to you. Game gets a 3 out of 10 for its 486 graphics, but gets a fucking 8 out of 10 with nipple.
Yeah. Yeah. Boosts it. That is pretty shit. Right.
The next, you might remember, Tiger Woods PGA 13 was basically you paid $60 for a season pass ad. So you didn't get all the courses. You had to purchase extra courses. Every 30 seconds of inactivity within the game would prompt an ad to come up on your screen, telling you, reminding you of what you can buy and how much it costs you to buy it. You could buy players, you could buy boost packs for your characters. You could buy pins, balls with all different attributes. You could buy golfers. But yeah, you got, I think, four licensed. I stand to be corrected here, but I think you got 4 registered courses and 2 EA created courses. But if you wanted the additional 13 courses, you had to buy them in the season pass or individually. So that was well terrible. And last but not least, I hate these things. People love them, and you can do it on Ghost Recon. I don't like that either. These multiplayer shortcuts. You what Battlefield do it? Or Battlefield 4?
Oh, I've got yeah.
And say Ghost Recon does, so you can buy a sniper pack where you can get all the sniper rifles and all the attachments instead of going and finding them.
Yeah.
You can unlock all the attachments to every assault rifle in Battlefield 4 and camo without actually leveling up your class and just unlocking them. That's terrible. I think these lists are opinion based, but I think paid multiplayer shortcuts are bullshit. Because in Battlefield 4, if you wanted a shortcut for every class and for every weapon variety, it costs in the vicinity of $80, $90 a full game. And not to mention that a premium account on Battlefield, even Battlefield 1, is your season pass, your premium, is $100 Australian, not your 69 or your 55 or your 8. It's $100, so it's $30 more than the retail game for the premium, and you still don't get the shortcuts. I don't think that's a bad thing, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, so you want the base game for $70, say you buy it from Target. Then you get the premium, so your season pass is $100. That's $170. And then you want to buy shortcuts, so you have every weapon and attachment unlocked, is an additional $80. Battlefield 4 multiplayer experiences now just cost you $250.
Yeah. See, with that unlockable thing where you can buy all of the weapons and attachments in Ghost Recon, like, that's a vast majority of what I've been doing in my playthrough. But believe it or not, Red, I'm doing red moding Wildlands.
I believe you would be, the way you talk about it. I'm getting this tingles from you like I do from my game.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like, if I just bought that, like, half the game would be gone.
Would be gone, exactly. How fucking dumb is that?
You'd have all these weapons without even experiencing the locations that they're in.
But not to mention, you pick up a sniper rifle, say, you got your sniper rifle down pat, you know what you're looking for, you want range and you want max power, so that's all well and good. But you want a weapon to complement that. Oh, okay, so this assault rifle's not really doing it for me, maybe I should try a submachine gun. So, oh, fuck, I just went and picked up the Vector, let's go try the Vector. Oh, now, I need the extended mag on there, but I'd really prefer the 3.5 times zoom scope. So you're going to point A to get the weapon, clearing that out, having a bit of fun, extracting, and then you go to point B to get this attachment, then you go to point C to get the scope, and then you put it all together, and then you go do a main mission with it to see if you like it. How's that for fucking a 4 to 5 hour experience?
Yeah, that's the game. That's what you're playing.
That's right. And you pay for it. You're gonna just go, right, that's the strongest one. That's got the best zoom. That's got the best. You're fucking just gonna use one weapon.
One day they're going to come out with, and I wouldn't put it past EA Ubisoft to be the ones to do it.
$20 for platinum.
Yeah, pay extra, bring all of the trophies pop, or how about purchasable save games locations?
Oh, wow. Yuck. But likely. But that's what you're doing to yourself. You're ripping yourself off. Genuine fun gameplay with all those variables and learning. I don't give a fuck. You could go straight into Wildlands, straight into the first level, not played the beta, so you're a noob, get given every gun, weapon, attachment upgrade under the sun. You're still not going to be real good at it now, are you?
No.
There's still a learning curve there.
You're supposed to learn.
Sorry, I'm well passionate about DLC.
No, that's fair.
Well passionate. But yeah, so that wraps it up. So I'm going to repeat one more time. I'm going to flip back to the page. Remember when you bought a game, and when you bought it, you bought the whole game.
Not really.
Me either.
All right, nice one. Thanks for that, Red. Well, let's move into user-created content.
Yep.
All right, so in user-created content, just to quickly rehash, because it is only the second time we're doing this one, I put a post up on the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page just asking for topics, questions, things for us to discuss in this segment. And I've got a list of things here that I'm going to discuss that is from a few people from the page. And the first one I've got here is from Matt Alexander, and he said, Zelda overhyped, question mark. Now, well, look, I'll assume that we're referring to Breath of the Wild, but
yes.
Zelda in general as well, I guess. Now, look, I haven't really played a lot of Zelda games. I've spent the most amount of time in Ocarina of Time, but mind you, that was on the 3DS version, so well after its original release. I wasn't really into it back then when it was originally released. I didn't really like it too much. I mean, it was a good game, but it just didn't grab me. So I never really got into it. But this whole Breath of the Wild thing, it is going off tits. People are loving it, and people are buying the Nintendo Switch just to have the best possible experience in Breath of the Wild, because it's available on the Wii U. But it's gonna look better and perform better supposedly on the Switch. But what I've been seeing around the internet is a lot of people saying, I love the Nintendo Switch, but I'm kind of getting a little bit over Zelda now. I want something else to play. Which shows that they really did just buy the Switch because Zelda was on it in Breath of the Wild. And it's been a long time coming, because this is like the first major release in, I don't have the facts, but is it 9 or 11 years?
Decade at least.
Ages. It's been a long time anyway. Is it overhyped? That's not really for me to say, because I have no idea, really.
In your opinion?
In my opinion, it is massively overhyped. It's fantastic, because, look, I love Super Mario Brothers, and had Super Mario Odyssey been the launch title and not Zelda, and it was not on the Wii U, I probably would have a Switch now as well. Because I love
the Aussie game is MarioExpress.com.
Yeah, because I love Super Mario Brothers. But yes, it does look like a fantastic game, and they've outdone themselves with it. It's absolutely amazing. But I mean, I can't say it's overhyped, not definitively, because it is good.
I think everything Nintendo's overhyped. From a personal point, I was a Sega boy. I didn't play my first Mario Brothers game till I was about 16.
But yeah, just to say, like, there's that many people going on about it. There's memes everywhere about it. Everyone's playing. It's the only thing that they can play on the Switch, so there's got nothing else to talk about.
It's definitely not No Man's Sky overhyped. It delivered. No. It delivered. Every media outlet I've come across, every friend that I've come across, Brendan Brown, there's another mini shout for you, brother. He's just put up on his personal page on Facebook how amazing it is. So it's lived up. It's lived up to expectations.
Yeah. So in saying that, I don't really want to say it's overhyped, but geez, the hype is definitely there. But if something is worth it, if it's worth it, then so be it. It deserves it. Like Horizon Zero Dawn, that got the wind blown up its arsehole for ages, but it deserved it. It was a fantastic game, absolutely lives up to it. So I guess definitively I'd say no, it's not overhyped. No. It is a fantastic game.
No. Based on fact it's not, in opinion it is.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, I've got another one here from Ross Mark. He says, give us your thoughts on Mass Effect Andromeda graphics and animation. Is it as big a problem as so many people are making it out to be? Easy answer to that one is absolutely not. People are going on. Sorry?
This is going to be cool. Sorry to interrupt, because you're a Mass Effect player and I'm a consumer outside looking in. So you go.
That's right. Now, look, I've played all of the Mass Effect games to date. I've only played a little bit of Andromeda. The first Mass Effect game looked like shit. It was horrible. The animations were garbage, but this is... when was that? 2006, I think? I don't know, somewhere around that, mid-2000s. It looked crap. It was horrible. I played the demo and decided I wasn't going to play it. That was what happened with me back in the first one. It was only that Mass Effect 2 came out, massive hype, that I went back and played the first one and realised that the story was immaculate. The character, what do you call it when they build character, the character building, whatever, was absolutely second to none. The RPG aspects were great. I didn't even play RPGs until I played Mass Effect, but it looked terrible. It wasn't pretty at all. Mass Effect 2 came out, looked a lot better. Animations were better, but it's still stiff as a board as all shit because it's a massive game.
Mm-hmm.
Mass Effect 3 came out, once again, looked a little bit better. The graphics were sharp and pretty and all that sort of stuff, but it's still got, like, it doesn't have animations like Uncharted and stuff like that because it's not a game like that. It's a massive game that you can travel wherever you want in a universe, and you can talk to everybody and have all these conversations. I don't have facts here, but I would say that if anything was going to rival the amount of dialogue that was in The Witcher 3, it's Andromeda. There is that much dialogue in this game. You can't lip sync that much dialogue. It has to be an automated thing, right? Or just a generic mouth movement. Because a lot of people have been complaining about the lip sync being absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
You can't do it. It's physically impossible. If you want that much dialogue in a game, you can't have somebody animate their mouth to all those words. It is a physical impossibility. Otherwise, the game won't be released until 2049. And then they'll really complain about the graphics because they'll look really out of date by then. The animations, if they're complaining about animations, they must have ran into a bug. Because there's nothing wrong with them, like the animations with the movements and stuff like that. I had no issue with it. But
I'd be more interested. Not that I'm not. That was really poorly put. I'm going to be well interested if you see if your opinion sways 10 hours in, 20 hours in, then 50 hours in.
Yeah, well, that's it. Look, I'll play it a fair bit over the next couple of days, and we'll recap on this next week on the next podcast. But at the moment, from what I have experienced, there's nothing wrong with it, and I've played so many games where the lip syncing with Horizon Zero Dawn
was terrible. Nobody
made any comment about that, but the lip sync in that was rubbish. The facial animations in that game were non-existent. She looked like Aloy looked like she had the shits for the whole game, which she probably did. Yeah. But
so true.
Nobody commented on that. However, somebody starts making comments about the lips, like the words not matching what the lips are saying in Andromeda, and it's just blown way out of proportion. Look, like I said, I'll come back to this next week and give you an idea after I've played it for a bit more, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. The game played great, and that was on an Xbox One.
Nothing plays good on that shit. Nah, just joke. That's lols. Just lols.
No, but
Netflix works perfect.
It does. But that was on my One and not my Xbox One S either. I didn't play it on the One S. But yeah, it is not as big a problem as people make it out to be. I'm eager to see what the story holds, and if the story is anything like the previous trilogy, or at least kicks off a good trilogy, and I'll be happy. I don't really care that the mouth doesn't really match it that well, because let's face it, in games like this, none of them do.
General consensus is the first 8 hours is the hardest to stomach, and then you got 60 hours of bliss.
Okay. But yeah.
But everyone's commenting on it. No, not everyone, I should say. There's a few. We outsource a lot of our opinion-based media from other people that can get these media copies from the bigger companies prior to us. But everyone's only had the 10 hours with their access, haven't they?
Yeah, that's right.
That's what everyone's whinging and bitching about. Look, do you know what I think the problem is? It's fucking fallen victim to the hype train, mate. Everyone, and as you said, the Mass Effect series is one of the best written narrative trilogies, lovable, immersive characters that you've ever... Shepard, I always hear about this Shepard. I know fuck all about Shepard. But everyone loves Shepard, yeah? Everyone loves the story. They've got a trilogy where with the very first quick save or manual save you make on number 1 is going to be the same one that you carry to your final save in number 3.
Right. Yep.
This game has so much to live up to.
It does.
So much to live up. And the one big thing that has come across in a lot of people's views and opinions, you talking about 2006 with the original, where the games have gone since, we'll go there, since the release of The Last of Us. So in the last 5 or 6 years, the jump in game quality and our expectations and just the heights they're able to reach is less comparable to what games were like in 95 compared to 2010, if you know what I mean. We've had that short range of quality jumps, big quality jumps, big advancements in the industry, that the millennials are the ones smashing this shit, right? Like, I get some of my sources in video reviews from a certain YouTuber and whatnot, and he bagged it, he smashed it, because he loved the presentation of the story in the original trilogy, and it wasn't just animations he bitched about and stuff, but he said the gameplay was flawless, combat was flawless, space evolution was not evolution, bloody exploration flawless, because that is the main aim of the game. The fact that you can go down one mission, do a main mission and finish off a planet, but then there's no real reason to come back, but then you make a decision with some NPC which opens up levels back here, so you've got reason to go back and explore and stuff. Like, he said that's brilliant. I said that's all good. He said, but just the narrative and the love that everyone had for the original trilogy is going to be let down slightly by this one because of the hype.
Yeah, but because
it just doesn't. Yeah,
it's a different story. It's not the original one.
Yeah,
that's right.
And he goes, just for now until stuff is fixed. He goes, as far as value is concerned, $60. There's been American $60. You get 60 hours. He goes, I can pay $60 to do this for 60 hours, but I can still flick my nuts for 60 hours. But it doesn't mean I'm going to enjoy it. I had to.
Fair enough.
But I'm just saying, I think it'd be perfect for me. Outside looking in, Mass Effect would be perfect for me. I go in with no expectations.
Yeah.
It just seems like the die-hard fans are the ones that are really pissed off with the narrative and the way that it's delivered and recorded, and some millennials that are complaining about the graphics because they've been spoon-fed quality since nappies, mate, where we've played Sonic the fucking Hedgehog and Super Mario Bros. 2.
Yeah, 8x8 pixels. All right, well, there you go. That's my opinion on it. Let's we'll punch out one more quickly user-created content before we move on. This one was essentially two people, Shannon Gilbert and Stickfigure on Twitter, has asked for us to talk about the topic of Outlast 2 being banned in Australia.
Yes.
Now, one word answer, Red, good or bad?
Bad.
Bad. Now, look, it's definitely not... I'm sorry, I'm going to break the rules here. I'm not going to give you a one-word answer. It's definitely not a good thing. But something that needs to be considered as well, I don't think anybody has actually seen the scene in question as yet. Whereas, I've had a look at this... what was that game? The top-down shooter, the sequel...
Miami Hotline.
That one, Miami Hotline 2, was banned in Australia because of a certain scene, right? I think, was that one sexually assault?
Yep. Yeah, it was rape.
Sexual violence as well. I watched that scene on YouTube since it was released in the States, and I believe that was well and truly reasonable. Okay, for starters, that you view it it was a little cutscene. You view it from top down, and the game's made of very, very large dots. It's not photorealistic. You're not in control of it. You're just viewing, like you would be viewing Game of Thrones, right? I think that was over the top. Now, with this one, I don't know what happens. It's some form of sexual assault, so be it rape or what have you. I know it's a touchy topic when it comes to any kind of media, but yeah, there was sodomy and rape in a particular episode of Game of Thrones. Now, a lot of people argue that the difference is games are interactive. Not if it's a cutscene.
No.
That needs to be taken into consideration. It's a cutscene which removes control from the player, and it's just something that's viewed, and it's being viewed by an adult who understands what's going on. I think that there is a place for that to be in our games, and it depends on the...
It doesn't say press X to forcefully insert.
Yeah, nothing like that. But it all comes down to the audience. You are a consumer. If you're aware of this, because it says on the front, R18 has explicit scenes of nudity and sexual violence. That says it on the front of the fucking box. That's what we do in Australia with our R-rated things, right? It says why it's R-rated. Drug use, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, stylized violence.
Don't buy it.
Yeah.
And then there is also that argument of where do you draw the line? Do we have games that show imagery of pedophilia? We have images of, child abuse.
Child abuse, as in physical abuse, yes. But we don't see pedophilia in mainstream media. It's only ever alluded to, a la Criminal Minds, like I'm watching at the moment. It's alluded to. They're sexual predators. Yeah. They're alluded to. You don't actually see it. But I've seen rape scenes, as you said. I've seen them. And a lot of the rape scenes, and I say this loosely, and I don't really mean no offence to anyone that's ever been affected by it in their life, because what a terrible, terrible situation to be put in.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is still innuendo, alluded to, if you know what I mean. And from what I can gather, this scene in Outlast 2, a lot of the sexual... And it's not even human on human. It's demonic figure on human in order to obtain the spawn of evil. You know what I mean?
Kind of like the Silent Hill rape scene.
Yeah, like Silent Hill. Like...
Pyramid Head or whatever was raping a mannequin.
Yeah, that's right. The movie End of Days is exactly the same thing. It's the devil. It's this lustful component of demonicism that's being portrayed in a cutscene. That's why it's bullshit, because we can watch all this sort of stuff on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's obtainable with less stipulations, with less rating system, with less... You don't have that middleman, i.e. your EB Games provider, everything going, show
Netflix,
me your ID. Don't show me your ID first, sort of thing. You can put child safety shit on the Netflix and on the PlayStation and any streaming services. Who does?
It's unlikely, yeah, someone will do that.
I don't.
No.
And my kids spend a lot of downtime on Netflix, but I can govern what they want. I'm being a responsible person. The people that this should truly affect in an adverse way are people under the age of 18, or those without a frontal lobe, under the age of 18 that actually have no real grasp of the reality of what's going on and will see it as a thing that happens. But yeah, video game related violence by the stats is down in Australia. I don't know how you statistically put that on a fucking piece of paper and spit out a bit of data going, more copies of GTA being sold, but there's less people getting less prostitutes getting killed after the job, you know? Yeah. No, mate, we deal with that with a lot of video games. The sort of insults that we cop from 12-year-olds are 10 times worse than what this game's being censored for.
Yeah, but anyway, time will tell. It'll eventually get released overseas and we'll be able to YouTube it and see for ourselves whether it was justified or not. So,
yeah.
There you go. All right.
Well, the bullshit reality is we'll probably miss out here in Australia. Developers have every right to go, well, I'm not putting a hot fix in for 500,000 copies.
Well, probably not. I'm sure you're not terribly fussed. You don't like those games, do you?
Ban them all, mate. I don't care. but just not on that precedence, if you know what I mean. I'm against the ruling, but I don't play those games anyway because they're fucked.
Fair enough. I was looking forward to playing it. We'll see if it gets whatever they call it, reclassified. All right, so thanks, Matt Alexander, Ross Martin, Shannon Gilbert, and Stick Forgot. I don't know why I say it like that, but
it's wicked.
What's wicked?
Just to say it like that.
Oh, so, yeah, fair enough. Because it's not Stick Figure, it's Stick Figure. It's FIGA or something like that. Stick Figure. There you go, there's 1,000 shouts for you, bro. Thanks for that. All right, let's move on to What's That Sound?
Yeah.
Fred? Last week's one, what did I say it was? Bloodborne?
Yeah.
You said Hitman. Let's play it. Let's play this one. Here we go.
It was actually Kirby's Dreamland.
I said Bloodborne because I thought the first part sounded like those visceral attacks. You said Hitman. You were probably you were closest without being correct. Because it was actually. Do you know what it is yet?
No.
Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Okay, yeah. Silencer, 9mm. That's where I went to Hitman. The ballers.
It's the mark and execute. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's what that was. He got us again with another. That's 2 Tom Clancy games in a row.
Fanboy.
Nobody else got it on the page either, so we're tricking everyone at Rep Premiere, but I can't have a go at him because they're actually, I've played that game, I should know that, but it's been too long. Anyway, let's have a listen to this one. He's written something witty and relevant is this week's sound, so let's have a listen to it now.
Oh, that's the actual name of it. I thought you said the name is witty and relevant.
The name? What do you mean?
The name of the file, because you always give me the name of the file.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, it's something witty and relevant. No, that's actually what it says. All right, let's have a listen. Oh, I know what it is. Huh?
Mass Effect.
Oh, yes.
I don't know, I'm just going by the name of the file. I've never played it.
I was going to say it's a shield regenerating, isn't it? But
I don't know. It could be the Ghostbusters machine that they catch bloody Slimer in, for all I know.
Could be. Hang on, let's listen to it again. I'm going to listen to it again.
I think you're right, though.
But is it Mass Effect? I don't know.
Oh, I have no idea. He just said it's relevant. So.
Witty and relevant. I think you're right. I mean, I've heard it before, so it could be Mass Effect because I have played that. Oh. Yeah, definitely.
Or it could be the battery recharging the video camera from Outlast 1.
No. No,
that'd be relevant too.
That sound actually sounded a lot like a night vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Mass Effect, but I'm going to go that extra further step and say that it's the recharge of the shield, overshield. It sounds a lot like the Halo one.
Yeah,
but it's not Halo. I know,
but not with that beep. Not the beeping at the end wasn't Halo.
No, the beginning where it goes doot 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 doot. Yeah, that's very similar. Yeah, we'll go with that. All right, well, if anybody else knows what that sound is, then send us a message to our Facebook page. If you're correct, you'll get yourself a free games. Please do, have a go.
Yeah.
This one should be a little bit easier. Whether or not we're right, I don't know. If we were, that's probably all beeped out. Suckers! All right. Well, that's it for the What's That Sound, Red? Let's go into Red's Shout.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. So, based on a singular post this week, because I really like this sort of post, Chaser asks, what is the most insulting insult one gamer can say to another gamer?
Oh, I saw that one. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a disaster. Everyone's going to be automatically blocked. And it actually wasn't too bad.
That's right. So, Matt Alexander goes, you want me to do that for you? Which kind of resembles mine.
Yeah.
Share play, bro?
But then we can get you back with an awesome comeback and just go, with your internet.
Yeah, just send me your save file, and then I'll send you a save file back. But I want $10 in my PayPal account. Colin Moore, Hanzo Main. I think that is an Overwatch reference.
It is. Do you know what that means?
No.
Being called Hanzo Main is like being called, someone saying you're not a team player.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I guess what that is. I know what that is because of the thing that went viral during the week where a kid, like a little girl, got sent a note sent home saying your daughter called somebody a Hanzo Main in school, and the teacher says, I don't know what that means, but I know it was it was mean.
Insult.
It was an insult, yeah. But what it actually is saying that you're not a team player and you're not doing very good.
Selfish bastard.
Yeah.
All right. Next. This is the one I built myself up for. Ari Kalami. I fucked your mum last night. Oh, you meant most insulting. Sorry, this is the most common. And it's not even a very good insult. I know. Have you seen her?
No.
Bowden DeWall. I hope your PC or console's hard drive burns out and you lose all your data. Oh,
that's harsh. That's harsh.
Yeah. Mark Davis, you might want to put on driving assists. Daniel Nielsen in the same vein. Have you heard of the brake? Let's try the left trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Nicholas Drage, you're Luigi. Ah, yeah, wicked. Here we go. Oh, this is so our generation. Oh, David Clennon. If you played the game as much as you played with your dick, you might be just okay at this game. Chaser seems to think the thing to be called on Eve was a Care Bear. Okay. All right. Now, there's a thing here within the sentence that actually induces an emote. So I'm going to read this like he has wanted it to be read. Matt Alexander, you're going to do that? Good luck. And the last one from Matt Nuccio, and this is directed at a friend, so this is probably an inside joke, but I still think it's funny. You can't call yourself a gamer if you play Nintendo. He's tagged a mate in there, so I'd say that's an inside joke, but I still find that quite humorous. So a shout out to all you lads. You give me one. I love them.
And this comes from the game more often than other people, but when I've been playing a game for ages and the game pops up a prompt that says, you can change the difficulty in the option settings. Fuck you, game.
Oh, are your abilities default easy?
Look, there's a particularly hard part in the game where I've died a couple of times in a row. It doesn't mean I'm struggling too much. Don't fucking keep asking me to change the difficulty, you asshole game.
God of War.
Yeah. Diablo.
Because there was a trophy for actually changing it.
Oh, really?
For God of War, yeah. If it went and prompted you, and then you went and changed the difficulty, you get a trophy.
Told you suck.
Yeah. So, thanks, guys. Thanks to everyone jumping in. That caps off shout with a good old laugh and a chuckle and a belly laugh. And if anyone's got some really insulting ones, we wouldn't say no to receiving them by message. Just saying.
Yeah, that'd be all right. All right, let's move on to last words. Okay, I've got a couple of last words, Red. Full Throttle Remastered is for pre-order at the moment on the PS4. You know that?
Get fucked.
No, I won't.
Oh, wow.
It's $22.95, or PS Plus people can get it for $18.36, releasing on
Reasonable.
the 18th of April.
Oh, look out.
It's up there. If you're not familiar with Full Throttle, it's like a point-and-click style adventure game that was about it, what, fucking 1995 or something like that.
Yeah,
by
good old days.
Tim Schafer,
Day of the Tentacle.
Day of the Tentacle fame and all that sort of stuff. Double Fine.
Yep.
So that's a
Fine.
cool game. That's coming out in April, and also available now on the Aussie Games Express website. And I'll put a link up on the Facebook page as well. The Making of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard Part 1. There is a video which is going to be coming out in, I think, 4 parts. Kind of like with what Uncharted 4 did. There's going to be a making of a video series which is coming out. And I'll have that up on Aussie Games Express as soon as they're released, when they're released. So the first part is up now.
Very cool.
Yeah. You got any last words?
I do. Something I was going to talk about in video game discussion. NBA 2K17 has a really cool companion app where you can actually earn in-game VC or credits, virtual currency. VC stands for. You can earn like 800 a day, and to throw it into perspective for you, you can microtransact 5,000, I think, for about $5. So over the period of a week, you can earn $5-10 worth of premium currency for in-game purchases with the app. Not only does it offer that, it also offers a really cool 30-second basketball game where you get cards and players, and kind of like the whole FIFA Ultimate Team or the game mode, my team that I'm playing on there at the moment. So if you're looking for a cool basketball game to play that also gives you news and you can do tipping and everything like that, the NBA 2K17 companion app is actually really cool.
Awesome.
And I want to jump on the bandwagon, or back on the bandwagon. You've been sprouting about a game for the last couple of weeks now, titled The Surge, that's getting some good coverage across at AussieGamersExpress.com. Fucking get about it.
Yeah, that looks good, man.
Dark Souls with exosuits. I'm in.
Yeah, pretty much, and direction-related combat. So you've got your horizontal and your vertical attacks, and taking off, and like you'd want to target the weaker parts of your enemy to do damage, which is really cool. I like that. I like directed combat.
It's now available for pre-order also. I believe it's in the vicinity of $76.95, some strange amount on the PlayStation Store.
It does look like a good game. So we'll keep up to date with all the news that we get on that. We'll be posting that. But it's shaping up to be real cool. There's a lot of gameplay, which is what we've seen. What I've seen so far, which is getting me excited. There's a lot of gameplay for it, so go check it out. And you can see some of the write-ups and stuff that we've got on the Aussie Games Express website and Facebook page.
That is in the list of the three games I've got to buy this year. I've got so many games to play now that I'm spoiled for choice that I don't feel the need now to have like your Mass Effect Andromeda. I'd love to play it. I'd love to experience it, but I don't $100 need that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Just
so
FYI,
the Surge is at AFL.
Yeah, the price is actually $92.95.
Oh, there you go. I must have been looking at something different. Yeah, stupid price still.
It is weird.
Strange, eh? Yeah, that's it. I'm fucked. I don't know. I'm spent.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you to everybody that's listened to us, and you guys know who you are because you get the shouts and that every week and that. So thank you for listening to the entire show. And we're done. We've got nothing else to talk about. The shows are getting a little bit longer, so there's more content for you. So thank you all again. And
fucking these new segments get us passionate, get the blood fucking pumping.
That's it. So we've got an extra 30 minutes of content there. Nice stuff for your drives home. All right, well, I'll see you guys all next week on the next episode. And Red, I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. I am Lucas.
And I'm Red.
Gotcha. That's it. We are finished for another week. We are packing up our bat and ball and we're going home. If you're keen for more content before the next show, then head over to the Aussie Gamers Express Facebook page and give us a like. And check out our website at www.aussiegamersexpress.com. We are also on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and every other social network that you can think of. Except that weird one that no one uses. You know the one. This podcast is also available on iTunes, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio. See you all next time on the Aussie Gamers Express Video Game Podcast.